Hi guys, I'm back again with album number 6, so we're covering 2009 and 2010. Another black album this time. And we've got, first layout is a photo of Sophie that I took. Oh, this is actually when, by now I've actually got my, what I call proper camera. So it was a Canon 450D, which was new back then. And it was my expensive big girl camera. So Mum and I were going out on lots of walks, trying to practice with the camera and, you know, take what we thought were more decent photos, better than just a point and shoot, you know, going out and getting proper photos. We're still doing the Stampin' Up because this is a Stampin' Up, one of their original butterfly punches that they had. So I've and stamp sets as well. So I've stamped and punched all those, added pearls into the middle, and just really like this layout. Obviously Sophie's got her little tub. We were out catching butterflies and insects and things like you do on a summer's day. So I really like this layout. I generally like the ones that are quite simple. Next one is a double page spread. This is the same day actually, so we're actually walking around the fields in Piddinghoe in July 2009. So messing about, Sophie posing for us obviously, because as I say we were practicing with our new cameras. These stickers, embellishments, papers are all Stampin' Up. It was one of the first sticker packs or embellishment packs that they sold. I've never finished off the journaling, but you know, quite basic, pretty. I like the colours of this. This one was it the same day she's wearing the same clothes? No, it must have been the next day, very similar time. This is down in the Secret Garden, which is Kipling Gardens in Rottingdean, which is where my mum actually lives, 5 minutes from my mum's house. So there's this wall there that's obviously got a hole in there. Sophie's climbed in and I've grabbed a photo. But again, just a walk and we're playing with the cameras. Doodlebug paper, no sorry, Stampin' Up papers, or is that Doodlebug? Maybe it's Doodlebug and Stampin' Up, because these are Stampin' Up. I'm not sure, but very pretty colours. This one, Shani with a cheesy grin. It says, one of her many days out taking photos. This is, Shani's got a good camera as well now, and this is a camera like rucksack, so we're out on a walk just seeing what photos we can get, and I've snapped this picture of her with all her gear all loaded up. Hand cut or hand stamped and hand cut letters, die cutting here. I think I've hand stamped these dots onto the background and done a little bit of paper piercing here as well on the corners. This is in the New Forest, one of our camping trips. So pictures of Sophie. She's got wet feet. Obviously she's standing in one of the little streams in the New Forest. And these trees were from a digital scrapbooking kit that I downloaded and played with. So these are downloaded, printed out and then cut out. But on the background here, look, I've started to do mixed media. So I've actually painted and splodged the paint around, which is quite brave for me. I don't like anything too messy. So that's me being brave, painting the back and then also painting the letters to match. This is Ashdown Forest. Again, Mum, me, Sophie went out to try and spot the deer. So we had a walk through Ashdown Forest and walked for miles and miles actually trying to find these deer, and then we found loads of them. So tried to get as good of photos as we could. But you know, it was their first cameras, their first zoom lenses. They weren't amazing, but we were so impressed to just even find the deer. So good fun, good day out. And we've gone on to pocket pages here. So this is, you know, a pocket page layout. The next one, this is a bike ride, sorry. Balkan Viaduct and Arlington Reservoir. We went out one day, visited both places. They're very close to each other. So we went to the viaduct and then went on a bike ride. This is actually Alan's mum, my mum, Sophie. It was just a Sunday afternoon and we took the bikes out in the back of the van and went for a lovely ride around this area. Lovely sunny day. Yeah, and just a day out, but the viaduct is beautiful. If you haven't been there and you live quite local, you must go to Balkan Viaduct. It's really lovely. And Mum with her camera here taking a picture of Sophie posing. You know, we were really into our photography, so we were out practicing with our cameras. My dad and Sophie. Oh, that's the back of that. There's obviously things, as I said on the last album, things that will still slot in here because I haven't got all these digital photos done yet. So there will be pages that slip in. This one is one of my all-time favourite layouts. It's really, really dimensional. I'm not sure that you'll see it, but a super thick page. The picture was actually taken at Tully's farm. The girls were actually dressed up for Halloween here, but I just love this picture that I took of them, and it was super clear. The clarity in their eyes is great. And the papers were all, I think, were they basic grey? I want to say that they were basic grey. But these little rosettes I made, they were from the Tim Holtz rosette die, which I've still got now and I still really, really love. But made those out of all the papers and stuck them around the edge. Cut out a big circle to go on top. And I remember I cut this circle by hand. I don't know why, because I must have had my Cricut machine, but I've cut this circle by hand. I remember drawing around a plate and that literally cutting it out. And yeah, use the stickers. I was just thinking actually the papers, I don't think it is basic grey. I think it might have been K&Co. K&Co papers which came with the stickers and everything. I've added some pretty butterflies, but I really, really like this layout, and it's one of my most popular ones. All my scrapbook layouts are in my Pinterest album, and this one always gets a lot of likes. And the photos were taken the same time, but this is obviously more of the Halloween side of things. Sophie dressed as a pumpkin, looking scary. We're doing pumpkin, you know, throwing it at the targets and generally messing around and having fun. Halloween festival. So I've printed this myself, but this is one A4 sheet, but I've added them all in collage style. And just done that. Little embellishments off of the internet, I think. Okay, another bike ride. This is our local beach, so Saltdean, and then we rode along to Brighton Marina on the Undercliff. My brother, Sophie, and then I'm there and Alan as well, and another one of my brother's dogs. So a pocket page layout again. These papers are my mind's eye, and little wood veneers. Obviously my first getting into wood veneer. I've got two little wooden bikes on there, some cloud punches. But a great way of using, these aren't photos that are amazing, they're all very small and not the best quality. I think they might have been taken on my iPhone, but it comes together as a layout. Sophie's birthday, Doodlebug papers, again not great photos. I think these were all taken on my phone. All the kids look a little bit ill here. It's one of those days where you're trying to have a fun day for the birthday, but everyone's feeling a bit grotty and it's not really going well. This is Sophie, my nephew Daniel, looking very young here, and a couple of Sophie's friends. We were at Pizza Hut down the marina and went trampolining, but they weren't feeling great. The flu was all going round, and it was just one of those days where you're trying to make the best of it, but it wasn't amazing. But anyway, Doodlebug papers, Doodlebug embellishments, little pictures showing what she got for her birthday, which is always fun to look back on. So yeah, I'm glad I've got the photos. This layout I made not that long ago. It's quite a recent layout, as I said, because I'm still finding photos that are back in this era. So I can't think what the papers are at the minute, but it's quite a new collection. These are all little pockets, so the tags and the photos look as if they can be pulled out. They actually can't, they're stuck in there. But you've got the tags, the little jar here, and we're just rock pooling down on the beach when the tide's out. Again, this is our local beach. But I really like this layout. Yeah, just little pictures, using up little pictures. Sheffield Park Gardens 2010. We actually went here quite recently. If you follow my website, you'll see that I had a photo exactly the same as this the other day. It's always a good place to go. We're National Trust members, so we get in for free, and there's some beautiful gardens to walk around. This is an Easter event that they always do, where you can go, the kids can go Easter egg hunting, and you follow a trail and find your Easter egg. But yeah, simple layout, pretty photos, and lovely little embellishments, and also some wood veneer leaves in here as well, and some enamel dots. Another day out at a National Trust place. This is Chartwell House, home of Sir Winston Churchill, which isn't that far from us. I think it's about an hour and a half away from Saltdean, where I am, near Brighton. So not that far, but we were really lucky with the weather and the flowers. The gardens were beautiful. My dad's a massive Winston Churchill fan, so he wanted this picture of him taken. So we would, you know, just generally messing about, a day out with the camera, seeing somewhere new. And this is the same day we actually visited Down House, which is where Charles Darwin lived, and it's not too far from Winston Churchill's house. So we done this the very same day. So again, just snapped some photos of in the house, the outside of the house, Sophie. But pretty papers, a pocket style layout. I always find, you'll always see that if I haven't got amazing quality photos, I'll do them smaller and in these pocket pages, because you can just get lots of little photos in. And I've printed straight onto one of the cards here. So just run it through the printer. I've got some journaling in. I hate my handwriting, I hate journaling by hand, but if I can print it, I'm much happier. This is another day seeing the bluebells in Arlington Woods, like the bluebell woods. They weren't on their best that day, but we still, Mum and I went out with the camera to try and get some pictures. And I like this layout. This is a really, I'd still do this layout now. One big photo, you know, colour down the back, stitching with my sewing machine, and a few embellishments. I actually still really like this, and some ink splatters. London to Brighton again, not the Range Rover run that you saw before. This time it's the mini run. We went driving, we haven't got a mini. We used to have, but we haven't got one now. But Alan still loves the minis, so we went down there and I just snapped some photos of the unique cars. But made this background, you know, to look very British. Obviously it's not a perfect flag, but this is ribbon and strips of paper that I've done and stuck these letters on. Okay, sorry, my camera cut out again, it does this. And this is National Trust Place again, Petworth House, and I've printed on the photo written on the photo before I've printed it out, and then punched out lots of little squares and added wood veneer, homemade epoxy stickers, and just made my layout like that. Quite simple, but I actually quite like it. The next one is blank. I've got a note saying that I've got to put my Scotland holiday in here. Sophie and I went up to Scotland for a week, so that needs to go in there. As I said to you, I've still got photos on my hard drive that need printing out and dealing with. This is a school sports day at primary school, so just pictures I've got of Sophie on her sports day. Really, really simple layout. I've cut the title on the silhouette machine and mounted that on there. Simple pink red flowers, and yeah, just getting the photos in there. Bateman's in Burwash, East Sussex. Rudyard Kipling lived here. Again, it's a National Trust place. So we visit all the local National Trust places. Gorgeous SEI papers, which I've had in my stash for years and only recently started using. They were the special pretty ones that never got used, but I've decided you can't do that anymore. You've got to just use your things. So yeah, simple layout. I quite like it. I'm starting to use more white backgrounds now, which I actually like a bit. I think it keeps it a bit fresher. Printed wording again. And that's that. Next one is New Forest camping again. This is New Forest, August 2010. These, I brought a digital camping, like Project Life card kit. So these are downloaded and printed out. And I've just decorated these pretty little backing papers. Lots of brads, twine, paper clips, you know, the usual things. But it's all their little photos from the New Forest. Weekend in Dorset, so going down to Dorset, and again Pocket Life page, My Mind's Eye papers. I generally use 6x6 paper pads when I'm doing pocket page layouts. I do have Project Life cards, but I actually find it easier just to work with 6x6 papers and, you know, and make those work. So really, really pretty papers. This is Durdle Door, if you've heard of it. So we went there. We've never been there before. It's our first time here, so it was really, really nice, and we were lucky with the weather. It was gorgeous. And this is the same weekend. Corfe Castle, is it not? Yeah, Corfe Castle. We went to visit. There's a steam train there, which my dad loves his steam trains, so we saw that. yeah, just a double page spread. Oh, tell a lie. 3 pages to this spread. This was on the way home. Kingston Lacey, another house and gardens, National Trust place. Absolutely beautiful house. Really, really, really nice and gorgeous, gorgeous Japanese gardens. Alan's very much into Japanese style things. We've got a koi pond in the garden, so he loved seeing all this. But really, really pretty, like stunningly beautiful. So we popped in there on the way back from Dorset. Okay, moving on. This layout is about my brother's flight. We paid for, it was a birthday present, we got Joby a Sky leisure flight thing, 60-minute pleasure flight. He got to drive, fly over Sussex. I went up with him as a passenger and took lots of photos because, again, me and my camera, I had to be up there and didn't want to miss out. So we paid for me to sit in the back seat and basically be flown around by my brother and get some photos. It was a lovely day, really amazing thing to do. Flying over Sussex was just amazing, really, really good. So all the pictures from that. Another lot of pictures. I've used Project Life cards here and 6x6 paper pad because obviously this Project Life card had an aeroplane on it, so it was just perfect. And it just says I was in the back seat with my camera, managed to get photos of Saltdean, Newhaven, Lewis Castle, Eastbourne Pier, Beachy Head and much more before landing back at Shoreham Airport. It was just a great thing to do. It's the first time my brother had done this. As I say, it was a birthday present for him. Really enjoyed it. Okay, then we're getting towards the end of the year. This is December, a day out in the snow again. So this is, I think this picture's just, might be in our back garden, but a picture of Sophie wrapped up playing out in the snow. And I've die cut these snowflakes, pretty papers, glittery letters. Quite simple but lovely colours. I love this red, teal and white combo. Really, really nice. Have we got another one? Oh no, this is just a heart page. This actually, Sophie had this in a frame in her bedroom up until very recently when we've just redone her bedroom. I didn't want to throw it away, it was really pretty. She made this, we just drew out a heart and then she stuck all pretty buttons and bling and bits in there, so I didn't want to throw it away, it just lives at the back of the album. Okay, that's it for this one. I'll see you again soon. Thanks again for watching. Please subscribe. Bye.